Welcome to the Bayou City Soccer Podcast. Whether inside or outside the loop, we are talking everything soccer in Houston. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Houston, welcome to another episode of the Bayou City Soccer Podcast. My name is Rudy Segura. I am glad to be back, and I am not alone. I am joined by my brother, my co-host, Cristian Putalias. Brother, how you been?
Buenas noches. How's it going, everyone? Good, man. Good. Glad to have you back, bro. Stateside, as they say.
Yeah, no, I feel like a forever thing in the sense of, I feel like obviously summer has thrown things off, right, with the World Cup. And like, I mean, you to be honest, you kept it pretty consistent by recording pretty much weekly during the World Cup. So I don't think necessarily people from the Bayou City Soccer Podcast followers missed out in that sense, because there's still something for you guys to talk about.
Yeah.
But I know Madeline has always been, I mean, a part of it lately, and I think she's great. I listened to the stream you guys did last Monday a little bit towards the end, and then this morning I finished the entire thing. So good stuff. Yeah, man. You guys do a really good job. Yes, we went classic. Chris and I.
We went all classic.
He even has Dash. And we'll talk definitely about this as well, of course. But no, man, you did a good job. As
Thank
always, you know, when one of us is gone, we try to pick the baton. And to answer your question, I was out of town, out of the States altogether. We went to Mexico for the first time as the family. And of course, we land in the most Americanized part of the Mexico area, being Cancun. So it was a good time, and first time ever, never necessarily I'm like, I know you're more probably of a beach person, like you enjoy going to the beach and stuff. I'm kind of now getting, I mean, I like going.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love going to Galveston. I know for how much Galveston gets crap, I enjoy it. And the thing is, I just like that island life, and there's some places that are fan. If you haven't gone to Galveston in a minute, and you need some ideas or tips of where to go eat, or kind of like some hidden secrets, I can definitely get you on that. For you, Chris, and obviously for the Bayou Banter listening. But
Rudy's travel guide.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy it, and usually so that's one thing, man. I know I was pretty much gone. I know we were obviously part of the Discord, and I would come in like 100 messages later and throw something out there, and then I'll come back and there'll be another 100 messages and I'll throw something out there. But yeah, I did as much relaxing as I could do. I took a book and I did not read the book. That's how. But yeah, so I planned for all this stuff. But like, man, the thing is, I'll tell you a little bit how it goes. It's so you go there, and like Cancun, obviously, and places like that in Mexico, they just have like giant resorts that you don't have to leave and go anywhere. Like, you just literally, fly there, get taken by a taxi, Uber, or whatever, and then you can literally be in one spot the entire time. And the best thing about it, they're all inclusive. So like, everything's already paid for. If you want to tip, you can tip, but I mean, you can give them pesos, you can give them $1. I mean, that's it. Like, it's a lot of money per se. And that's all we were doing, man. All I did literally, because we left Sunday night, we got back Friday night, so we were there 16 days basically.
Good.
And I don't see, maybe because I'm wearing orange, I don't look that tan, but my kids and especially my daughter, she got a really nice tan, and all we were doing is being by the pool the entire time. My kids are like hooked to like pina coladas, of course, virgin ones. And so yeah, no, man, it's a great time, and it seems like it's definitely worth it, because it is not as expensive, and then everything's pretty much like free. It feels that way. Like, I mean, they have some nice places to eat, and you're like, dang, this is really like, am I being punked? Is this really like all inclusive? Like, I go to Houston and I pay, a couple hundred. I mean, it was 9 of us all together. So it was, and I will say, full credit to my in-laws. They were the ones that for a while they've been talking about going on a vacation, and um, they wanted to invite us, and it kind of finally happened. So, yeah, it was fun to say the least. But
It's good, man.
I mean, you take those, right? Like you
Yeah,
get invited.
yeah,
It can get hectic with that many people because you'll get to like, no, I want to do this, no, I want to do that. And so I talked to my wife and I'm like, hey, this is our first time going to Mexico. Yes, there's a lot of sightseeing you want to do, visit like Mayan ruins and all the fun stuff
yeah.
that there is around and historic stuff. But I was like, hey, this is our first time. Let's take it chill. The kids are little, they want to be by the pool. The beach there, by the way, sucked. Like where we were at,
Really?
wasn't yeah, like you had to actually venture out and go to like nice clear beach.
Dang.
Um my David and my sister-in-law and my other sister-in-law, they did go one of the days, but it's an excursion. And I was like, yeah, I just don't want to do that. I don't want to
Yeah,
do that. So, but I'm here, no, and I feel extremely refreshing. The reason I say that is because you should do when I've traveled and we've known each other for like 5 years now, and you're like,
yeah,
where are you going this time around? Basically, like, and since basically I got married, I try to go at least one vacation. Not with the kids. My wife is like, they're little, we need to go. And I mean, it can be anywhere, right? But
yeah,
not big. But usually I'm the one in charge of all the trip. Like,
yeah.
my wife is purely there for the vibes. So there's no help there. The
Was
kids are
it
finally a
passenger
little,
princess?
yeah, the kids are a little better now, carrying their own luggages and kind of doing that. So
Yeah,
that helps. But man, like I usually I'm stressed out because I'm like the one, booking everything, making sure everything, and it always goes fine. It's just I know I'm in charge. This time
yeah,
around, I'm like, hey, y'all in charge, y'all take care of it. I'm just literally gonna be there to
yeah,
chill, and that's all I did. And so as soon as I got back in town, man, I was like, article here, article there. Let me post this, let me post that. I
yeah,
wasn't even work. I wasn't even thinking about work. I was just thinking about Bayou City Soccer and how much info I can get out as soon as
yeah.
possible. So as all that to say, we're here, we're strong. We have a lot of content obviously coming out. We've been having a lot of content. Thank you guys for joining us. This is obviously icebreaker talk as people trickle in. Welcome. We'll definitely be touching on the big game, New England Revolution game that happened this weekend. There's another big game coming here at home for the Dynamo. I mentioned you and Madeline did a really good job talking about the preview matches, and I love all the talk you guys had about Ponce and the work that he had been doing and not been doing, which is scoring. So I've kept up. I'm here for it all. And Christian, before we get too far in, we want to tell
Yes.
the people how they can connect with us, man.
Of course, as always, guys, you can go to the website BayouCitySoccer.net is where you can find everything and anything Houston soccer related. You can go over there and check out, as Rudy mentioned, all the content that we have over there, articles literally every single day coming out, not only for the Houston Dynamo, but also the Houston Dash and Houston Dynamo 2, some coverage there for all the teams that are playing here in soccer in Houston. And of course, as always, we want to thank our sponsors, Ugly Guppy at uglyguppy.com. Make sure you go and check out their website, and they can help you out with all your printing needs. Make sure you check out Unisport. They have 2 locations in Houston, one in Tomball, one in the West Chase area. Uh, Great rebrand from We Got Soccer to Unisport. I think it even got better. So make sure you go and stop over there. If you are a Mexican fan, do the fan shop over there. They have all the jerseys that you may want. I know Mexican teams literally come out with jerseys like I feel like every month in a sense, and they usually have them. So if you really are a fan like that and want to keep up, make sure you go check them out over there. If you mention Bayou City Soccer, you will get a discount. So make sure you mention that you're coming from us, so you can get a little bit, some money in your pocket there. And as always, when you go to the stadium, as you may go this weekend, make sure you check out Lotes Bravos. Beautiful and really good drinks, and of course the corner in the cup. So make sure you check that out. And social media at Bayou City Soccer on everything that we have. Just make sure you check it out. Follow, subscribe, leave a reviews, and that goes a long way for us. So thank you very much again to all the Bayou banter that is trickling in, and everybody watching. Of course, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, I hope the Bayou Banter's feeling great. I mean, Houston Dynamo's
Yeah,
doing fantastic. Uh, I will give a shout out, obviously, to our Orange and Blueprints podcast on Wednesdays. I believe last week they did not record. At least I did not see one. Granted, I was out on vacation. Christian, man, you started the Crispy Show. I had
yeah,
a few people ask about it.
yeah.
If you guys haven't listened to it, I think it was great. I told Christian, I was like, man, it was 2 hours, but
Yeah.
honestly, especially talking to Aldo. Aldo's the guy that gives you some long answers and kind of
Yes.
goes back and forth just from talking to him. But it was great to finally hear some of the stories that he hadn't really shared with us for privacy reasons. That obviously we know that in the middle of everything, he
Yeah.
kind of and he made a good point. But yeah, if you haven't listened to that, how he covered or basically worked for is it the Democratic Republic? No.
Republic of Congo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, very cool stuff that was happening, and I'm sure we're looking forward to a few others. I know you have a few people in mind. I even said like
Yes.
maybe there's a couple other photographers that went out there. There's one specific one that I don't know if he listens to us, but Ricky Vega, I think he'd be a
Yeah.
fantastic story. Just even past world before the World Cup, he was already doing some crazy stuff that
100%.
I feel that Bayou City Soccer opened the doors to him. So it'd be great to kind of hear about it um and we talk about this often too in our leadership group in Bayou City Soccer, in the sense of like there's a lot of guys that come through here, and we are smart enough to know that doors are going to open for them and they will venture out and do their own thing, and we're happy for them. It's never about like, hey man, you got to stick it with Bayou City Soccer, like die here type of thing. We know that that their time is valuable, and if we are a stepping stone and them going into different ventures, I think it's great. And I say that because if we talk about the photographers, we're also joined by, we got one more in here. His name is Manny
Who could it be?
Olivares joining us. What's up, man? But
Good.
yeah, just in the sense of like, man, everybody that lifts their hand and wants to be a part of the Bayou City Soccer in the behind the scenes, they'll realize that it's a lot of work. It's hard to be consistent in general, and I
Mm.
think we strive to do that, and we want to continue being that open door to people that are really passionate like we are, to continue the content creation, the coverage that we really want for our teams here in Houston, the Dynamo and the Dash, like Manny does. And yeah, it's great. But Manny, welcome to the show, man. How are you? Are you in Chicago still?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm still in here. Still here.
Traveler.
Man, it's
Look,
cold, bro. It's cold. I'm joking. Well, nah, it's cool. It's nice weather.
it's actually I don't know about you guys, but it rained because Houston being so big, but it rained and it cooled down everything like
Yeah.
big time. We went to eat, and because it was like with kids going back to school, everybody's going to meet the teachers and all that stuff, and we ended up going to eat, and we're like, let's go to the park, and it was like 80 degrees and felt great, and except for we went to a park we kind of just recently started going to, and there's like signs everywhere. It was like, beware of bobcats, beware of bobcats.
Bobcats.
Yeah,
The hell?
Yeah.
so my kids are tiny. I'm like, y'all need to stay close because the first
Yeah.
ones to go are the weaklings. And,
The little ones. Yeah.
but yeah, Rushan asking about Lewandowski. Aren't you going to go see the Chicago Fire, Manny?
Yeah, that was this past Saturday. Yeah.
You went
No,
this Saturday?
I mean, it's Sunday. Sunday. Oh, man, I can't even know what dates. Yeah, Sunday with it was Chicago versus Leon. No, Santos, bro. Santos.
I was
Bro,
gonna say,
I was out, but no, it was a good game. But it's a good game.
that one scored
Uh,
too.
say yeah, he scored too. So it was pretty much his like the last minute goal. Last minute, not winner, but it was a last minute goal.
Yeah.
And it's cool
Yeah.
because you're a Barcelona fan, so it kind of worked out, right? You got to see a Barcelona legend.
Barcelona legend there for sure.
Yeah, legend for like 1 year. He don't play for like 1 year.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, dude, I love bobcats. They're so cute and cuddly till they start chewing on your neck.
So they kill you.
Yeah. But guys, let's start getting into what we're here regarding the Houston Dynamo. I did make slides. Hopefully they're all up to date. I know this is mostly to kind of stay on track. With 15 minutes in, hopefully we do that. But getting started, man. Obviously, the Dynamo were the only team playing this weekend regarding
Mhm.
MLS. We know Leagues Cup is happening. Houston's not part of it, among other teams that did not make the playoffs last year. But man, Houston, you know, I don't know what you predicted on this match, Christian, if it was a win or not.
2-1. Yeah, 2-1
Okay.
win.
So I know that you guys all were really talking, you and Madeline were talking about the fact of like, you just didn't want to see Brooklyn Reigns shine, and he did not. He did
Yeah.
struggle. Game 10 2-0 for the Dynamo. Man, the Dynamo really surprising. I personally predicted that they were going to lose, but a 1-0 loss just because of, the extra and the playing on turf, the long travel, all this other things. Obviously, New England has been very good this year, but that was
Yep.
not the case. I mean, they continue, they're unbeaten in the last 6 MLS games. The Dynamo are, what is it, the second or third clean sheet in a row. I mean, they're doing really good defensive work, man. And the starting lineup, again, continues to be one that we are seeing, very few changes, something that we're not necessarily used to. Sometimes we would see 4 changes. Now it seems like it's set, right? They finally kind of coming along. I mean, you have um, Felipe Andrade, Lucas Holter, Reschman, who came out of nowhere, right? An MLS draft
Mhm.
pick and has taken over. And of course, you have Anali kind of playing that defensive position. And in the midfield, Hector Herrera, Arthur, and you have Jack McGlynn in there. And then up front, Guilherme, Mati Bogusz, and of course, Ezequiel Ponce, who has not been able to score yet. But man, it's just
Huh.
interesting. Oh, it's a party today.
What?
Oh my goodness. Joey, you're
We are
in
in
here.
heaven. We're
What's
in
happening?
Bayou City Soccer heaven right now.
I don't know where he's at. I think the guy is literally walking in the middle of the street. Please be careful, Joey. Don't get ran over, Joey. I know you can hear us now. Um, but yeah, so I mean this starting 11 and of course Bon in goal, it's just starting to kind of finally take shape. And yes, they beat Austin, they beat Sporting Kansas City. People still want Ben out. People were like, they're beating the
What?
worst teams in the MLS, but then you go and beat one of the better teams in the MLS. It's a big statement, isn't it, Christian?
It changes things, yeah, for sure, 100%. It does change things. I mean, I think the vision. Somebody had asked Ben Olsen about, what statement does this make to the league, and he kind of played it off and said, we don't want to make any statements, and I think that was like the perfect answer. You just kind of want to play it cool, not get too ahead of yourself. Beat the teams that you have in front of you, and just take it a step at a time. But I think, I mean, we're probably going to see the power rankings here soon. I'm sure Manny will send it to us as he always does every week. And we're going to see that. I mean, the Dynamo is slowly but surely, moving up on that ladder. So it's going to be interesting to see how, eventually the Dynamo end up. But I think Joey or Dustin said it in the chat this week. Who would have thought, right? The Dynamo in fourth place. I don't think ever anybody had them that high, 2 points away
I
from the
did.
leader.
The Joey said he did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. So, yeah. My mind didn't tell me on that one.
All right, but yeah, Manny, what is there not to like about this team so far?
Just like other than the manager, nothing much. I think it's just I think if you had to pick holes or be very, very critique about the team, I think everyone's just pointing out one thing, which is Sponson not scoring. But I think, but the problem, I think him not scoring provides actually another benefit for the team because it allows the team to play more. And Bones is not helping a lot as in scoring, but helping out the chemistry and how the game flows. So for him not scoring technically helps other players to get in better position to score. So like that's why no one's tracking. Like even though people are trying to get noise like Guilherme, but he still slids in through the the hole and still finds ways to goals. And you go, of course, now we have Resch who did a set piece goal. So it's I think the team is really good in different aspects to attack you. And now I think for me, that I see more productivity is Bogusz. Beginning of the season, he was very, very hard to watch sometimes, and now he's coming to his light. I feel like the second half of the season, he's been a different player. Has been doing his productivity. So I think that's for me what I liked about this team a lot is Bogusz actually contribute a lot more to the team.
Yeah, I like the fact that what you said about Ponce is so dead on. I mean, the guy literally, you see them play, he does everything well, right? He attacks the ball well, he pressures well, he just can't score. Like he just it goes to in the past we play the entire highlights, but I mentioned how it keeps doing some funky stuff. We do have the goal, and I can't remember exactly. Do you guys remember what I said whenever this goal happened? Something about Ponce, like Ponce messed it up and Guilherme scores. That's basically what you got. So we'll play that highlight here. Let's see if it plays. Let me see. I don't play it too high.
Nice cut there.
Very good cut. Awful shot though.
When he cut like too deep.
Right,
So
exactly. And there's like way
too
too many people in front of him. There's 4 defenders, and it lands perfectly for who else but Guilherme. And Brooklyn Rains could not do anything. But yeah, I mean, you watch the whole play. The movement from Ponce is good. The decision making, to me, that he should have taken it with his right foot to if he really wanted to get a look at goal, and him taking that extra step, as you mentioned, and I think Jeff mentioned about a defender bait. That's literally what it was. 4 guys in front of him, and ball lands straight into Guilherme's path. Something that Ben also mentioned. I think he was asked about Guilherme, and he started by saying like, "Oh, he was just at the right place at the right time," and then he kind of backtracked like, "Well, that's not giving him credit. Like he's there. He has the ability to read the game, and you take advantage of that, Chris."
And when we remember that video, that compilation of him missing the goals, right?
Yes.
But one of the things that we talked about was like, okay, yeah, he missed, right, all those goals that he had, but the main focus of that video was like he was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was there where he needed to be to take a shot or to miss the goal at that specific time. Now he's obviously getting lucky, or I don't know if lucky or skill or whatever it may be, right? But he's scoring all of those. I think that video was kind of like motivation in a sense to like put them away instead of missing them. But I wanted to share a tweet that Dynastats put out. I think it goes well with this. It says that with that goal, Guilherme now has 16 goal contributions this season, 11 goals, 5 assists. That ties him with Sebastián Ferreira, which had 13 goals, 3 assists, for the most goals and assists in a debut season for a Dynamo player. And Guilherme still has 16 games to play. So
as wild.
Imagine he already tied him up with half a season to be played. So he's having a heck of a season. I mean, I think that's an understatement. So if he doesn't win, newcomer of the year, then I think even with these numbers, he's already winning it. But imagine with 60 more games to play, it could be like tremendous for the Dynamo.
Yeah, absolutely. Manny, I know you try to keep up with some of the teams in Brazil. Did you expect him to be this good?
I think Santos has always been a good team as per they always find players that can always elevate them because as recent they struggled of they got relegated and then they came back, and so they were trying to find a foundation. That's why they got Neymar, and then Guilherme has been a long servant for Santos, so he's been a player that always been top clubs in Brazil. So I think the question always was, is Brazilians transition over to MLS? You know, it's always a hit a bus. Of course you have your Evanders and you have, but you also have players like João Klaus who had a tremendous first season and literally is like off the radar now. And so you just have those players that will succeed but will not. And so it's always a hit and miss. So when you hit on a player, especially from Brazil, that just feels really great, great
Yeah.
scouting for
And
Dynamo.
the big difference, I think, from the players that you mentioned, I think Guilherme just has that flair that we're used to seeing from, Brazilians, 10, 15, 20 years ago, that they're not scared to go get that ball. They're not scared to take a couple players on and just look for those opportunities. And he doesn't, it's not like he relies on speed, like maybe we saw from like Gabriel Peck, most recently. He uses all the skill sets. And so far he looks the par, right? He looks like he can do everything, which is
Yeah.
I think what makes it even more outstanding.
I just like, for example, one thing that I really admire about Guillermo is that he understands the pace of the game, right? When he has to go quick in the attack, he goes quick. Whenever he has to slow down, he slows down, which I think is one of those things that not a lot of, I mean, professional players usually know that, but I don't think not everybody has that IQ level in the sense of like, calming the game. I think we are blessed to have Herrera in the team, and just I think Herrera is probably the main guy. I could say Arthur, but honestly, I don't think Arthur has it like develop as they do. But I think Hector Herrera and Guillermo have that thing where
Yeah.
they can read the game and they know when they have to go quick and they know when they have
And
to
you
go
can
slow.
see and you can see that how his shift, Manny. You've seen that, at one point Jack McGlynn, the beginning of the season, was doing that, right? He was
Yeah.
coming in and coming in between the defenders and playing the ball from out far. And now you see Guillermo, a guy that plays out wide, do that. Like he's so far back at times, and we've seen him some really good through balls as well. So like Chris mentioned, it's just he's just a guy that understands and reads the game well, Manny.
Yeah, I think he does, and especially I think more surprised me is his age. His age. I think when you see wingers that age, you're like you. They might get outrun, they come out outpaced, but like what Chris said, he has the IQ to how to use his energy. He's not running the whole time. He just and maybe he does like the little messy walk. He just walks around a little bit and then starts running when he needs to and gets into the game when he wants to. And that's just shows the player that he is very IQ, know what his limitations, but knows when how to contribute it when the team needs it. And
I
so
love
he
I
does.
love how you mention it that way because I know I should never go into the Houston Dynamo, social media burst because everything you hear is most negative than anything. But a guy that I kept seeing get picked, like you mentioned how Messi, well, I mean, we know Messi's Messi, right? But
Yeah.
the way that he approaches a game is that, right? He's reading the entire field. He understands the movement. He's not wasting an inch of energy that he doesn't have to. And I
Yeah.
feel a guy that does that very well, apart from Guillermo, is Hector Herrera. And all I kept seeing was like Hector Herrera slow. Look at how he just walking on the field. You need a player like that can understand the entire game because they can dictate the movement. And whenever you hear people say that, it's like, man, like I don't want to like, be maybe you don't know soccer type of person because that sounds
Yeah.
terrible. But it's like
But
it's just you have to understand the pieces that are being moved, right?
yeah.
And yeah, to the point is somebody needs to do that. Somebody needs to take that leadership aspect of it because every team. I mean, you saw in New England, for example, Carlos Hill is that. I mean, you really don't see the guy just running like a madman, right? He's trying to get the ball and read the game and open up the field. It didn't work against the Dynamo, but I mean, you go pretty much every single team, and there is a player that does that, right? There's
Yeah.
some obviously better than others, but um, I'll go into obviously we talk defensively. Bond was asked to do a couple saves, nothing extremely, outstanding. We know how good defensively the Dynamo have been. I talked about clean sheets, and of course the big guy, 6'6". Where is he from? I forget.
La Pampa, Argentina. He's from like southern Argentina.
Gets his goal, so we'll play it here. Let me see if he'll play. There, maybe
The
not.
big
That's not it.
guy.
There he goes.
The big
The
guy.
big guy gets his goal, and good for him. I mean, the tower of a man deserves to score a goal. Yeah, and you get the assist from Jack McGlynn. And they left him wide open. Like how I understand leaving a defender open or an attacker open in this sense. But when he's 6'6", man, you have to get somebody there. And man, Matt Turner took a nasty hit when he came down. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I mean, if you really look at how open he was, and one thing that he spoke about in the presser, Resch, was the fact that it was obviously something they work on. I believe Kenny Bundy is the one that still does all the set pieces, and he Agustín Resch mentioned how Lucas was like, "Hey, this one's gonna work out. You're gonna be wide open," and so it was for them not at all like a shock that they're the what is it called, the practice or the play that they practice continuously worked out. So
Yeah.
good to see set pieces kind of come alive because I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen them score from a set piece, Chris.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't remember the last time we seen anything like that. But just to kind of say something about Resch, I mean, the technique on that header was beautiful. I mean, he literally kicked it with his head. It like the power that he gave it, the direction that he gave it, it was just beautiful. And it's cool to see, guys that, as you mentioned before, that come from. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard his story, but I got to talk to him a while back. But I mean, his story is super interesting. He was cut from a couple of teams in Argentina, and he didn't have, once you get cut, when you get to a certain point in your soccer career, right, that you get cut, and you just have to go back to a regular job or whatever it may be, right? And he found the avenue of going through college, moving to America and going to a college and playing soccer there, and then hopefully, possibly, getting to the draft and doing all that. Which, I mean, when we look back at the draft, how many players out of the draft actually become, starters for an MLS team, and then again, a consistent player for the team. And he has literally beat all the odds in a way. And it just kind of makes you happy just because you can tell the guy it's a he's like a genuine, honest, hardworking kid, because I mean he's still super young. So it's kind of cool that I think somebody mentioned in the chat that not only obviously he was happy, but it seemed like the whole team was happy for him. And that just kind of shows the great brotherhood or the great team building that they have put together, and to just kind of see everybody happy for this guy that has hustled his heart out,
Yeah, and scoring his first professional goal. I mean, it's really good. I know it's not Thursday, but I'm gonna hit you with a throwback here. You mentioned about drafts. You guys remember Thor Olferson? He was playing in the USL with Lodom United, and he just got sold back to Iceland. I say this because I just saw it this morning that it went down. But yeah, now Manny, the game for the Dynamo up next is against the LA Galaxy. I think those are games that are just really good games, right? Any game against an LA team. I know this one's not yours. You're more of a black and gold fella, but you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna say the bad word, but you know what I mean. But no, I mean this is a really good games. I feel that LA tends to travel well. I mean, there just seems to be LA fans come out of the woodwork everywhere every time they come to play a team from Houston, man. But there's a lot of things happening in this matchup. I may or may not have seen what the tifo that may be revealed would look like. I'm not gonna say anything, but let's just say there's gonna be a party, right? Because it is the 20th anniversary of the club. There's quite a few things happening for this match specifically. I know maybe I'm going out of order here because we'll talk about the kit as well as being released for this stuff. But
there's a kit.
There's a kit, man. We finally get a kit. But just for this match specifically, before we actually preview it, they again it's the 2006 championship celebration night, and the club obviously is going to have a bunch of the players from that team in the building. So they'll be doing autographs. They'll be doing, pictures. It's going to be a party. And the bad thing about when Houston throws a party, someone always wants to poop on it. And if someone's going to do it, man, he's going to be Galaxy, dude. And they just got Chucky Lozano. They are not in the best of forms. Here, I'll tell you the last couple games for them. I know guys can only see 3 matches, but I'll give you the last 5. I'll give you July, actually. Galaxy lost 3-0 against LAFC. They lost against St. Louis City, as you guys can see here, 3-1. They tied 1-1 against San Jose. And they, 2 weeks ago, because they're not a part of Leagues Cups as well, since they missed out on the playoffs last year, tied 0-0 against FC Dallas. So they're not in the best of shape, but they're trying to, get back into winning ways, I would say, or, the championship that seems like so long ago. But you look at their lineup, I mean, obviously you still have Rose in there. You have Pencil that came from the World Cup. They have some interesting players. And as I mentioned earlier, well, in this picture, you got Chucky Lozano now there. So the guy hasn't played in quite a lot. Actually, I don't think he's played all season, actually.
He hasn't played for a year.
I don't expect for him to tear it up by any means, but I do expect him to get some minutes. All right, man. Manny, let's start with you. What are you thinking about this matchup? How you're, liking this matchup? Obviously, Galaxy is lower in the table, but it could be a trap game, right? A lot of celebration happening. We've seen it in the past. Houston tends to drop the ball in those big matches.
I think, to be honest, nothing has changed since the last time LA Galaxy faced the Houston Dynamo. I mean, you got to remember the last game that they faced was the game before the break, the World Cup break. And it was like May 23rd. So, and you look at that lineup, the only player they added was Robert Taylor, the guy who benefited from Messi coming in, and he has done nothing so far. And you have Chucky Lozano. The last time Chucky Lozano was the last game he played was here in Houston when we faced them in San Diego. So almost a year.
Yeah, that's true. And then he fell out of favor.
He was in the part of the club for the end of the season with a playoff run. So basically, the last time we saw Chucky was here. So I highly doubt that he could be fit, but I don't think he's match fit. That's the only thing. So I highly doubt that he's going to play any minutes in this coming weekend. So basically, you're just looking at the same team. So basically, from there on, Houston is the one that has gotten better over this break, and LA Galaxy has pretty much, I would say, got worse. I think because there's no life of improvement. The stats may say those players have been playing well, but it doesn't show on the field. It doesn't show on the results. So it feels like the LA Galaxy may play better, but it doesn't feel like it. They do. They just feel like they're just playing the game and not being in it at all. And so I think you're right on sense for LA Galaxy, when they do come here, they do get a result sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you look on paper, you look how the teams are gained for. There's no reason why not the Dynamo should not get 3 more points.
Yeah, especially when we've seen them go on the road, again, in Sporting Kansas City, who's not great, but it's difficult to win there. And then it's extremely difficult to win in New England, and they did it. I think New England had probably the best home record all season out of MLS teams. And for them to go out there and get points with, all the environment issues I have to deal with, of course. But Chris, how are you feeling? Obviously, I think as we see the team kind of, one thing to mention though, is the fact that this team looks different. This team being the Houston Dynamo. I don't know if it's you guys. I know even like David, we're watching it at the same time, but he texted me like, man, this doesn't seem like the same, Dynamo that we're used to, yes, they were taking a lot of pressure in the first 3-5 minutes of the match, but then it was like kind of like ease it down, we can take care of this. And they did, man. I don't know what are your thoughts on that. And maybe what are you predicting? What is your brain or your heart telling you,
Yeah.
Christian, about this matchup on this big game?
Let me throw a score to a score. I'm gonna say 3-1 Dynamo. I think they're gonna win. And the reason I think they're gonna win is because of they have confidence. I feel like they have a lot of confidence in themselves, and that having confidence not only in yourself but also in your teammates, I think it makes a big difference. And you can see that they trust each other in a way, right? Like even when there's substitutions and stuff like that, even with like Ponce not scoring, they just kind of know that like something's gonna happen, and you can see it whenever they celebrate goals that it was something that they expected in a sense. It's like, oh, like yeah, let's celebrate. Like this is what we do. We score goals and we win games. Um, I mean, clean sheets after clean sheets. I mean, they celebrate those as well, and you can just tell that they have confidence in each other. Just in the way that they play, they come out the back, they play with the ball, they move the ball around, the 1-2 touches, the triangulation of the ball, like all these. That was a tough one, huh?
That was a big word. Yes.
Yeah,
You survived it.
I didn't even know how to say it when I said it, but just those things that you like that you see as a person watching the game, and you might know a little bit about the game, and then like you see those things, right? And you're like, man, like they're actually playing like very, very calm. Like they lose the ball and they don't go crazy. They put the pressure when they have to put the pressure. They let the teams come to them when they have to. They pressure high when they have to. I don't know. I just feel like with Revolution, even though I saw most of it, I didn't see the last of the game. But the whole first half, they seem to like you mentioned in the beginning, you start getting to know each other. There's maybe, the home team has the advantage per se because they're at home. So they have to they feel the pressure to have the ball and make something out of it. But after that, I feel like it was all Dynamo.
Yeah.
And you can just, I don't know, I just feel like they control the game and they dictated the pace. They dictated, the way that the game was going to be played, fast, quick, slow, and it was just that. And like you see it with the way like they have confidence in certain players. Like they know, Guilherme is going to step up. They know that he's going to do something. I feel like they have a lot of confidence in him. And then just confidence in Arthur and Ache to be able to control that midfield. I think those two guys are such a huge like rock to like build on that I think the team just kind of builds around that. And then even when the bench comes in, I mean, I really like Bosad and Samaseku. I mean, I think those two guys are freaking like super powerful. Like when they switch out for whoever has to come out, like you don't see a difference in my opinion. Like I feel like the same intensity is still there. Like Bosad, we saw him play a little bit higher, which I loved. I think he was like super dangerous. And I feel like even McGlynn, even though, I always criticize him that sometimes he's not, he doesn't show or appear a lot. I feel like he also has a sense of like freedom per se to kind of do whatever he pleases with the ball. So I don't know. I feel personally like they're going to win. They're going to keep that intensity going. Hopefully, having all this extra attention, I don't know if makes it worse or makes it better because obviously maybe a lot of the eyes won't be on them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you have to go in there and perform and win a game. So, and I feel like Ben also has confidence. The way that he talks about the players, you can just tell that he really likes the team. And he has, we mentioned in the beginning, he found his starting 11.
Yeah.
And then now with Sarachi, it's going to be interesting, but I'm sure we'll talk about it here in a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. It looks like Joey is back in here. We may get Ghost Joey. I'm gonna give him an opportunity. Joey,
can show yourself.
All right, Joey. I know maybe you can't be on extremely long, but what are your thoughts about this game, man? How are you feeling going into this Galaxy match? You think the Dynamo get a massive win? You think it becomes a trap game?
I think
it's a tough one. I mean, is Roberto and Lozano supposed to play? Is that confirmed or not?
I mean, he should be available. Yes.
Well, that definitely makes it tougher because I mean, there's going to be a bit of an excitement among them, and there's no Ben, so that's also huge.
Good shout. Yes, we hadn't mentioned that Ben Olsen is suspended for this game
true.
That's a
with
huge
yellow
element.
card accumulation. So you likely have Juan Guerra taking over. And so far, he's 100%, if I'm not mistaken, taking over Ben from red cards in the past. So
1 of 1 or 2 of 2?
he's 2 of 2, I believe.
2 of 2. Okay. Oh,
He's a
I mean,
winner.
I would retire if I was him, but let's
Let's go out on
Stay
top,
perfect.
I
baby.
think the Galaxy defense is pretty weak. Their midfield hasn't been super strong all year either. But I mean, Sergio Roberto is one of those players who can come in and kind of change your whole team. He's gonna be one of the best midfielders in MLS, I'm sure. Right off the rip, he's just a fantastic player. So it's gonna be a tough one. I mean, Lozano, who knows how fit he is? Who knows? He'll fit into that locker room. But he should just slot right in on that right wing spot for Pac, who left to Brazil. But I mean,
yes.
the Dynamo are firing, so I mean they could beat anyone right now. I have a hard time predicting them to lose any game at the moment. It's just they just don't look like a team that's ready to give up points to a weaker opposition. But it's soccer. Anything can happen on a given day.
MLS.
But yeah, to your point, I forgot. I heard you said it a couple times, but yeah, Sergio Roberto got signed with the LA. Obviously, when we talked about Chucky Lozano, I don't know if Sergio is going to be available for this game. I mean, looking at their post two days ago, it looks like he was still in Spain, and
It's sometimes take a minute for their visa. Yeah.
So
I'm sure
there's definitely a chance of getting Chucky on to play, especially since he hasn't been played since October.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done my research on the availability, so I'm not sure.
And also the striker Furuhashi, I don't think he has played as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
they got rid of Cerillo.
Yeah, they got rid of Cerillo. He went to Mexico.
Yeah, I think to America. I think.
Yeah, it was to America, so kind of weird move, but I mean, it's at home. It's a home game too. Yeah, the Galaxy haven't won since May. Okay.
Yeah.
May 18.
Ouch.
Yeah. And the Dynamo hasn't I think their last loss was US Open Cup May 19. So,
yeah.
Funny enough.
I know Manny Furuhashi has played. He played against Dallas the other day.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So he'll probably be available. And so Robert Taylor's been a new addition for them too, and he's been playing as well.
Yep. And the head-to-head is 11 wins Dynamo, 11 wins Galaxy, 10 ties. So this game will either end up in a tie, just tying everything, 11, or it's going to give the upper. I know it doesn't mean much, but obviously it's just the fun facts.
No, but it goes back to it, right? There's always the storylines with Galaxy. Obviously, if it wasn't because of the Galaxy, Dynamo would be a 4-time champion. So you think they're coming into a championship celebration, you're going to do whatever you can to ruin the party. And Houston, last time that they celebrated, 20 seasons, right? Was it? Last year, the full house, they lost.
Yeah.
So again, it's historically speaking, Houston tends to shit the bed when they should
birthday parties.
Do it. So.
Apparently, Klaus is a maybe to make the bench.
Oh yeah, so Klaus is coming back too. One of the players you talked about, Manny.
That's a maybe though. He still might not be available.
Yeah, they have a ton of injuries altogether. I am gonna predict a win as well, but I'll go with a 2-1. I think they'll make it interesting. Definitely no Daniel Steres to score that last second goal, but that would be exciting, right? I mean, to get a winner. Maybe at this point we get 6'6" Resch to score of a corner. And the dying minutes to win it, or maybe instead of making it 2-1, it's more like 5-0. And
I want to see Bogus get on the score sheet against them. Little LA rivalry.
Can Ponce finally score? That'd be good too.
That would be dope.
All right, that's that match. I think we're all excited for it. And there's quite a few things happening this week, starting with as you see us repping the old logo. Chris and myself are wearing it. He has the old Dash logo too, which is great. By the way, I really dig that shirt you're wearing. It has it's all Texans, isn't it, Manny? That shirt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all
Jesus.
Texas logos. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah. So one of the big things coming up is the new kit. That's kind of where we're all wearing the old throwback. So archive kit launch and player appearance at Shell Energy Stadium on Wednesday, August 13th. Wait, that's not Wednesday. That's Thursday. My apologies. 5 p.m. I believe it said from 5 p.m. to 6. So you'll be able to get fans that want to go out there, obviously, to buy it, to purchase the new kit. It's called the Archive Kit. And of course, meet. I think it was. I had it open here, and I know Jeff mentioned it earlier. Wade Barrett, Kevin Goldwhite, and Kelly Gray are going to be the three players from the 2006 squad that won it. And obviously, Sharon Stadium, meaning the team store there. So that's what's happening on Thursday. On Friday, they will be having an event at Pitch 25 called Legends and Lore. And there's supposed to be, if not all, pretty much everybody from that 2006 squad will be out there. And I think Stu Holden is going to be the guy hosting that event, which it's a series of, chat and talks with all the club legends, of course, fan interactions, and just the history of that team, which in a way we already kind of got that last year. If you guys remember when they did that whole round table with quite a few of those legends. So now, they'll make
Did you watch those?
I didn't watch all of them. I did watch some. I did watch
fun?
some.
I didn't watch any of them.
Yeah, and like anything, I feel that. Well, if you go to Apple, you can watch the entire thing. And I think it was like 50 minutes to an hour.
So it's one conversation kind of chopped up.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they kept posting clips on their social media.
Gotcha.
But I think it was about 50 minutes. And I believe it was Brad Davis, Stu Holden, Pat Onstad, D-Row, and Wade Barrett. I think those were the guys talking.
Yeah, those were the five. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So it was interesting, and it was basically that. It was talking about when the team became the team more than anything, and the first title. And then of course we know the heavy hitter will be the Saturday match against LA. But man, there's exciting stuff happening. I know we talked about this jersey. I don't know if Chris, I got to ask you, but how do you like this jersey, this throwback, this archive kit?
Yeah, I was gonna cuss, but yeah,
I like it. The more I see it, the more it's growing on me. I definitely, and I said this jokingly the last time I recorded, but I was like, I've been complaining about why can't the Dynamo get another white jersey, and then they do a white jersey, and I'm like, oh, it looks like Real Madrid. So I was hating on it because of that. Gives me like a lot. Yeah, maybe because it's an Adidas kit and it has like the colors, that navy more than orange. I would say.
In the beginning, I was like, it's just like a generic, like those generic, like off the magazine, jerseys that you get for like your youth club. That's kind of like the vibe that it gave, but then you look back and you're like, well, it has the Houston, which is like old school, and then I like the little details on the arms, just kind of makes it a little bit different, right? Like it's not as magazine looking like. So it would have been cool if they had the trefoil thingy, like the old school Adidas. I know that. I don't know.
Yeah, I got
being
you.
picky, but
that would have been cool.
It's not bad.
But then that would have felt like the 70s Dynamo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One question for you guys. Obviously, I think this is only the third kit, right? I think in 2013 they had that bright orange. Which one do you like more? Manny, you're the jersey guy. Which one do you prefer, like the orange or this new kid?
I'd rather have the orange one, just because. Reason why? Because it was an alternative orange, but it still had a stripes design on it. So I like the stripe design because it had the little. It was bright orange and it had the little white
It's like
stripe.
the
I love
pinstripe,
that one.
That
right?
pinstripe, yeah, yeah, I like that. I don't know why. I like jerseys with pinstripes. I don't know why. And
Yeah.
and plus, what I like the most is that it has the 2 stars. The archive jerseys don't have any stars, so
That's
it's just
true.
basically the logo. So yeah, so any archive site from all MLS will have no stars. So basically, like if the club,
Which the
yeah,
Dynamo are gonna play with the jersey? Is that a for sure?
I would think so. I would think so since
Yeah.
because a lot of the MLS clubs will start release their archive jerseys this week, and Miami was the first one to get the third jersey and play it the same weekend. So most likely
Which that
they
one
will.
was nice. That one was nice, by
That
the
was
way.
nice. I'm not gonna lie. That
Will the
was that's
Galaxy
Yeah.
have one?
The Galaxy probably.
As much as we hate Miami, that was a
No,
really
Miami
nice.
puts out some clean kids, man.
And not only like the jersey, but like the whole collection of it. It was really nice.
But I like the collection for this one. The jacket, the jacket for the
Oh, it
Jada's
is.
archive
Yeah,
kit is pretty. I like it a lot.
it's pretty cool.
And they have a polo one with the same color of the jacket as well. So I kind of like to see it that one
I
as
didn't
well.
even see the
They do
Miami
have
one.
one. It's called. Oh shoot. I'm breaking stuff. Oh no.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
They do have. It's called
Do it.
Retrograde Kid.
The what?
Retrograde Kid. Let
Hmm.
me see. I'm trying to see if I can post a picture here.
Is the Miami one this like white and like pink and blue one?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
It's
Yeah, it's
no wait. It's more like Miami bias. It looks like straight up It's more white. I thought.
Yeah,
it's
it's a white. It's a white base
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
little designs of the stadium on it.
I like how I don't want to get too into Miami, but I like the like the pictures they took. It was like super Miami.
Yeah.
Like you can like I don't know if that makes sense. But it would have been cool if they did the same thing with like the Houston jersey. Like they would have made like some Houston references, like a little
And
photo
it had
shoot.
that it had that 3 floor like what Chris wanted. Like
The old school Adidas logo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I guess it fits well with like the Miami Vice vibes because that was what back in the 80s or whatever, 70s,
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah, I kind of like that they had the. For me, I think it was a little detail. They kind of like a little polo cut right here on the jersey.
Yeah.
So like you could almost unbutton it. But
My wife wants to get the pink one, and I told her that no, if she gets that, then she has to leave the house. So,
Yeah.
so she can't. She really wants a pink Miami one. I'm
Which,
like,
by the way, obviously
not
a
allowed.
little too much Miami. We'll cut it here, but man,
Yeah.
obviously, it's sad for Messi losing his dad and all that kind of
Yeah.
happening, of course, with Miami. But going into Dynamo 2, as we close it out, man, with 58 minutes, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. They've been in really good form as of late. Obviously, they beat Real Monarchs 3-0. Real Monarchs kind of lost their heads a little bit, got a couple red cards. They, being Dynamo 2, will also be taking LA Galaxy's MLS next pro team, being the Ventura County FC. This game will be at home Friday, 6 p.m. Tickets are free. Go out there. I'm gonna try to go out there. I have things to do and people to see, but
Places to go.
If I don't make it out there, for sure I'll be Saturday.
money to spend on the jersey.
Yeah. Which, by the way, let me see. Give me a second.
He's like, by the way, I have it right here.
But-
I'm just
I ended up buying because I know I keep seeing Madeline in here as she says screw Miami, rightly so, but we keep giving her stickers, and I found this pack of like 100 stickers, and I bought more. So Madeline, I need to give you more stickers so you can hand them out to all the fans that come up to you And yeah, probably gonna start throwing them out. Hopefully, we don't cut people's ears off or something. But that's pretty much it, man. When it comes to the world of Houston Dynamo.
Hey.
Yeah. No. I was gonna say what anything that I missed.
Yeah, new signing. I mean, we talked about it with Maddie a little bit, but
Yeah,
I don't know if you wanna get
obviously
into it.
not official, but there's been pictures with them, with Pat Onstad and Ben Olsen, and
yes, it's pretty official.
Ben looks really excited.
he looks he is thrilled that they did not sign a center back.
Right.
But yeah, I know that you and Madeline kind of talked a little bit about, where would you play him, where would he play? Obviously, Mr. Tovar, we're about to shut it down, man.
Yeah, bro.
But I would highly suggest here to going back on YouTube. You can always start from the beginning, catch it all. Make sure you hit like, subscribe if you don't.
Please.
And then if for whatever reason you want to catch it on podcast form, it'll be up on the feed tomorrow morning. So you'll be set there. Yeah, I mean, Joey, where would you play this left back? Because he doesn't play really center back, does he? Has he played center back in the past?
Negative. I've seen.
So what are we doing here? What is the movement if Sarachi is to start, I guess?
Yeah, there's a few options. He either could come in and just straight swap for a Nolly at left back. I think that's where I'm leaning right now. You could move him to left back, move Anali to right back. I think that'd be a little defensively weak, and then Andrade could go in for Resch at center back, and you have the two Brazilians there. Those are kind of the main options I'm seeing. I'm thinking they just work him in the bench Anali, and then Anali's back to being a more forward option in the lineup. He pretty much plays wing anyway when he plays left back, but that's kind of where my mind's going.
And I know he has history with Boca Juniors, Christian. From another fellow Argentinian, I was told that Marcelo Sarachi has one of the best agents in the world because he is trash. That's what I've been told. I know that he had a good spell with
Celtic fans would disagree with you.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Obviously, it's all about fitting into a system and to a specific playing style.
Unless it's a higher level than Celtic, though, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 1,000%. So
unless
again,
playing Rangers.
Yeah, that's like the only tough match. Maybe Hearts lately.
Yeah, Aberdeen could be a tough one too, but
so
MLS teams would
it makes you obviously, Sam Bynes was brought in as the left back. Manny, he played a couple minutes and then we've never seen him again. There's a couple other players that have fallen out of the depth chart when it comes to the team sheet. Marcanic is one of them. Obviously, being replaced with Duncan McGuire. McGuire is yet to score a goal. Ponce's, I mean, I know that doesn't do anything when it comes to Marcelo, but what movements would you expect if you put him in, Manny?
I think at the moment, you're trying to integrate him to the system, to get his match fitness. So if I was Ben, stay with Vinali as much as you can until he's integrated and kind of knows what he's expected of him for the team. Because at the moment, even though maybe like Joey say, Vinali maybe it's not his best position as this left back winger type, but it's working for the team. It's working, and so don't fix what's don't. If it's not broken, don't fix it. So basically, at the moment, I think I will see him more as a sub at the moment to give him
that's a good point because I feel that if you would have come to me 8 games ago and maybe like, hey, we need an actual guy that can play left back instead of Anali, but I feel like Anali has kind of slowly but surely kind of found his footing. Is he perfect? Of course not. I feel that defensively he has gotten a little bit better.
Yeah.
Joey, I don't know if you would agree with that or
I would
not,
agree.
but I feel he's starting to lack a little bit offensively once more.
Well, he doesn't have the profile of a left back that is going to go all the way to like the line and put a cross in.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, he's like Dorsey.
Yeah,
Right, like Dorsey, yeah.
So I mean, that's the only thing that I guess he lacks as a left back that maybe Sarachi can give you. But other than that, I mean, I agree with you guys. He has been progressively getting better in that position. I mean, he's one of those guys like I'm just happy to be here, and I'm gonna have to learn this position to play. If not, then I'm gonna sit my ass on the bench. Like, it's either sink or swim. So
Yeah,
I mean,
Sarachi seems like more of a possession-based fullback as well. His passing numbers are really good.
Yeah.
And I know that obviously a lot of these moves are also happening because of the the sprint season, and obviously contracts probably ending, and the rumors of Eric possibly leaving, and obviously Antonio had been hurt. It seems like he's fit, he's available. So there's definitely like a lot of movement happening. And I came to the website just to see when it comes to some of the players that may be leaving. So I mean, Ibrahim Ali is a guy that hasn't gotten that many minutes lately. Obviously, he was brought in as a wing back. Hasn't really made an appearance. His contract goes through 2026 with an option for 2027. Arthur has contract till 2026, option 2027. Jonathan Bond, 2026. I'm trying to go through the defenders. Antonio Carlos, contract 2026, option for 27. Lawrence and Nolly, that's the one I was looking for. His contract ends this year with an option of 2027. So, yeah, I mean, it could be moves, strictly thinking about the future, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, they're always got to look for the future. I think a lot of those players are going to be brought back for 2027. I know Pat spoke on it in the past. With me and Dustin, that he's kind of treating it at this is like one long season.
Joey, get your questions ready because we, give a shout out here. We will be speaking to general manager, or what is it?
President of
soccer operations, Pat Onstad, tomorrow. So we'll definitely ask him about this moves that he's been making as well. We'll be talking to Jeremy Hurdle, Houston Dynamo 2 coach, as well tomorrow. So yeah, these are questions that he's spoken about in the past. But now, as I don't have the date in front of me, but I'm sure the transfer window's soon to close, isn't it, Joey?
Yeah, it is. I don't remember the exact date as well, but it's not that much long left.
Yeah,
I'm expecting most of this group to be back for 2027. I think Sarachi is another piece that's going to go through 2027, and then they'll see about 2028. So I'm assuming for the 28-29 season, there's probably going to be it'll be the 27-28 season is the first of the new schedule.
The one that is intriguing, and I mentioned obviously fullbacks. Negri is also a guy. His contract goes through this year. Reese Miller this year. Just looking at those guys, Dwayne Holmes this year. So guys that tend to play
Holmes
might
not get brought back.
Yeah, and then Sam Bynes, the one that I mentioned. I mean, his is till 2027, so not a lot you can do there. When it comes to his contract ending soon, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we'll probably see a lot of turnover after 2027.
Yeah, I agree, especially because it's such a small, short season, the sprint season at least. Yeah, no, there's a lot of movement. So yeah, we'll get those questions ready to ask Pat. Obviously, if you're part of the of our Discord, a lot of the people in the Bayou Banter are part of our Discord. Throw your questions out there as well that we can kind of throw along for Pat Onstad, and anything you have for Jeremy Hurdle as well. Obviously, there's a lot of talent there. I mean, we haven't talked about like Matthew Arana, Di Morelli, who just came back from injury to score a brace. There's definitely talent in Houston, and so there's Joe, you mentioned about turnover. Some of these guys in D2 are likely going to start seeing their way into the first team.
Well, Di Morelli is already coming in for next year. Arana's already on a first team contract. who was absurd against the Monarchs, by the way. If you give that guy 10 men to play against, he's going to go insane. He had over like 100 touches in that game, like 90 passes. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah. So and it
Doman's
just
probably
couldn't
another
work.
guy.
The Dolman, yes, that's Arthur replacement.
Vinicius Silver probably comes in as well, if I had to guess. Maybe that's a 27-28 one.
Yeah, and then obviously you start talking goalkeepers, and there's a lot of questions there with Blake, with John Irv, and obviously Pedro Cruz, who looks to be
Irv's
the guy
been
for
really
the
good for
future.
Dos too.
And then some of the guys that they've loaned out. What happens
the new,
with
Allen
Sebastian
guy,
Rodriguez?
Eperacita, that new guy, he was pretty good against the Monarchs too at right back.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good questions to ask for the future. And it's a good time to be a Houston Dynamo fan. That's why if you're available to go on Friday, again, free ticket, man. Go out there. I was telling my wife, I'm like, man, we have a concert on Saturday, and I kept thinking it was a concert. I think I had told you, Joey, about the AC/DC concert.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like, I don't know if I want to go to the concert. I'd rather go to the game. Then I went back and looked, and the concert is August 31st, man. So,
oh, dang.
And it's on a Monday, though, so I may still not be able to go. We'll see. But I was like, Diana was like, you don't want to give those tickets to Joey? And I'm like, if he wants to drive 10 hours to get here.
I would not drive 10 hours to go see AC/DC.
Not at their age.
That's
I'm good.
They break a leg trying to hop with their with the guitar in their hands.
walkers.
Right. But guys, it has been a great show. Thank you guys in the Bayou Banter to join us. Hope that Mr. Tovar, you can go back, catch everything else. But Chris, you can tell the people how they can get in with us and do that.
Yeah, BayouCitySoccer.net is the website, guys. Go make sure you check out everything that we do over there. A lot of stuff going on over there, so make sure you go and stay tuned to everything that's going on. Bayou City Soccer on all social media. Make sure you check it out. Go make sure you follow, subscribe, like. Funny story. Yesterday, I was trying to go live on my Instagram, and it says that you have to have more than 1,000 followers. Huge blow to my ego because I don't have 1,000 followers. But guess who does? Bayou City Soccer. I was going to say Dynamo Theory. Bayou City Soccer does, and we keep growing, and our numbers are booming there. So make sure you keep looking at our content over there. We keep posting every day. There's a lot of stuff going on Instagram, Facebook, on our X account or Blue Sky, TikTok. Make sure you stay tuned for that. There might be some surprises later on this week. Hint, hint. And then, it's just, go check it out and make sure you check out our sponsors, Unisport. Make sure you check out their 2 locations here in Houston, Ugly Guppy at uglyguppy.com, and, of course, Elotes Bravos. And check out Orange and Blueprints on Wednesdays and the Crispy Show on Thursdays.
Hey, I just went back to Dynamo Theory, making sure that that it still existed, and it still does. It's obviously lost a lot of followers, but shout out to the Dynamo, the Dash, they all follow the account, man. You got Memo Rodriguez still following, Arthur, Coco Carrasquilla, Marcelo Palomino.
Shout out.
Steve Clark, Griffin Dorsey. I'm just going down the list, man. It's crazy.
Damn.
Look at all the love that Dynamo Theory had. I don't know if they even follow us now, but if they don't and you're listening or you know the person, go tell them to follow us.
For real.
Yeah. Manny, Orange and Blueprints coming this week. I don't know if I was kind of in and out last week. I don't know if you guys recorded. I want to say no, but it's a coming back to schedule. I know that Diego seems to be going back to school.
He's going back to school, but he should be good. We should be good for Wednesday. Yeah.
And then Chris, Thursday, are you planning on Thursday?
Yes. So I already have this week. I'm still kind of booking it, but I already have the next couple of weeks booked. So this one, I'm sure I'll have somebody. I'm still reaching out to all my contacts, but the next couple of weeks, more stories to be told about the World Cup. Honestly, the one with Aldo was amazing. We want to do a part 2. I mean, like you mentioned, he has long answers to my simple questions. But I think I learned a lot, and I think he also got to tell a really cool story about he went from picking up a camera in 2020.
I didn't know he
And
played for AC Milan. He
hey,
mentioned we saw
he's
him.
good.
We saw him play at media
Yes.
game, and we
Yeah.
were like, man, Aldo plays. He's Venezuela. They're not that great. But
Right?
remember, he was saying that jokingly. And
Yeah.
the Duke of ball, man.
He can ball, and yeah, he played in AC Milan's academy for a little bit. He said, and then he just aged out. But yeah, I mean, he has a crazy story. We didn't talk a lot about that, but that's why we're gonna do a part 2 with him. We mainly talked about his photography career and basically being part of the Democratic Republic of Congo's delegation for the entire World Cup. So he went from being your kid's photographer for their U5 tournament here at Bear Creek, and to being called by Hakimi's agent to go photograph Hakimi against Canada in a round of 16 here in Houston. So obviously the career took off, and I think these are the stories that we're trying to promote here at Bayou City Soccer. And yeah, every Thursday, hopefully for 6, 7, 8 weeks, depending on how many people I'm able to get. But yeah, follow along the Crispy shows Thursday nights at 9:00 too. So hopefully you guys can join me there.
And thank you guys for joining us, Joey. Thank you for making an appearance, even though
course.
you're
Yeah, man,
purely
we
an
missed you.
avatar. But we love hearing your voice, man.
I don't know why the camera's not appearing.
Give us a rundown real fast as we close out on how's the music career going, man.
Oh, it's lovely. We just played last night. That's why I'm available today, because we didn't have practice today.
See,
That's dope.
hey, people
Yeah.
going places. People going places. But stay safe, guys. This is school starting over, so watch out for the school zones. Do not get pulled over.
Yes.
Yeah, be careful with the kids. Do not run over a kid, please. And if you do, make sure that Bayou City Soccer Podcast is not on the radio feed.
Please.
But stay safe. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Peace.